to do a deep dive of one of the biggest L's in anime slash manga history. So if you click on this video, you probably know what this is about. I'm talking about the L that Tatsumi took when he literally fumbled the bag when Esdeath was throwing herself at him. Like he fumbled the bag so badly, bro. Cause like the crazy thing is, a lot of people just see like the first initial him like throwing the bag, but it goes deeper. Cause if you look at stuff from the manga, especially like as you go closer to the end of the manga, you realize there's certain aspects that probably could have changed stuff in the whole story if Tatsumi didn't take the L that he did. Cause bro, Tatsumi took a L so crazy, and like it gets even worse when you actually look at other stuff like throughout the manga and even the anime that make you realize like, oh yeah, he took a big ass L. Like of course everybody knows he took an L because he didn't smash, he didn't lay it down and all that. That's what everybody usually looks at, but I mean there's more stuff to it. It's just I don't know why Tatsumi did what he did, but there's way more to it. So we're gonna get into this L. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna try and make this super long, but we're gonna get into this L. So first things first, in chapter also I'm gonna be covering majority of the stuff from the manga of Akame Kill, mainly because it gives us a little bit more detail than what the anime does, especially because the manga and anime, like the manga went on where the anime just finished just to make anime original stuff. But yes, okay, now let's get into it. So chapter 10 of the manga, Esdeath states that she wants to find a lover, and like the way she states it is, it's just like she's saying it as like it's like an animal instinct to her, because you know Esdeath is like a super killer and she's basically seems like she's animal and stuff like that, but she's basically looking at her because it seems like her animal nature. So like she's looking for a lover, so quote unquote she's in heat. We could say that she's in quote unquote heat if you take it that way, the way she's like says it, how she says like basically she's in heat. So it's very interesting. And then chapter 16, Esdeath falls in love as she's watching Tatsumi fight in the tournament, and then she goes with him. She says, "From now on, you belong to me." And she also says, "There are too many distractions here. You're coming with me to the palace, and we're talk in my room, just the two of us." So that alone, that little thing from chapter 16 alone, just tells you like what she was on and what she meant. Like she was looking for it, and Tatsumi was not trying to put it down. And like the thing that even makes this even worse, because like if you jump all the way to the second to the last chapter, chapter 77, where Esdeath is dying, she says that the one regret that she had is her whole life is that she never once truly got the attention of Tatsumi. So it's just showing that like Tatsumi's L really gets put up there, because at the end of the day when she was dying, all she wanted was Tatsumi's attention. That's getting to the moment that everybody always talks about when it comes to Akame Kill. Chapter 18, or I forgot what episode it is in the anime, but chapter 18, literally Esdeath takes a shower so she can get ready for, you know, ready for something. And then Esdeath literally says she doesn't know how this works, but following our hearts, everything will work out. What she's implying is literally she wanted Tatsumi to pipe her down. But what does Tatsumi do? He before, bro, it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous what Tatsumi does, but like Tatsumi's very ridiculous, because he gets on this stupid tangent talking about asking her questions and all this BS, because like he avoids it. Like instead of just letting her just instead of just laying it down, because like it's funny, because literally the chapter before, in chapter 17, he literally says Tatsumi asks like where he'll be sleeping, and Esdeath says her room, and then Tatsumi says the biggest lie of all time, and he says, "All right, then I'll persuade her tonight. It'll be a proud moment for Tatsumi's man of action." It's like, bro, what was he talking about? He's literally dying, because literally when he gets in the moment, he literally runs from it. And then he says something stupid as like, because he sees like how her nature really is, because he's trying to tell her like, oh, I can never be with you because we have different ideologies and all that. He should have took a book of Makoto from school days and you just think with your other head and not care. That's what he should have been doing. He most definitely, especially because when she dies and she says that all she wanted was his affection, his attention, like literally all of that, and he literally every time that they're together, he runs away or finds a way out of like actually laying it down. It's just like, bro. And like even like when he talks about how he thought like he could have, like he says like, oh, I couldn't persuade her because like the way she talks. There's actually, if you look at that last chapter, like I was saying, what she lastly said about like getting his attention, I don't think that he could have like persuade her, but I do think he could have eventually, like if he actually would have showed her a lot of attention, especially because she's never had a lover, and as it showed Esdeath hella attention, yes, he could have laid it down, but he more than likely could have got her to at least run away with him, or he could have led her to like different places, like literally, like he could just like played as like a double agent. He could have done that where he goes back to with Akame and all of them, and then literally, no, with Night Raid I should say, goes with them, and then like literally goes with Esdeath and just like lies where stuff is at, and she goes. Could have done stuff like that. Like it could have like done more, but I do lean in towards the thing. I do firmly believe if Tatsumi actually showed her attention, she would have at least, there's certain moments that he could have like guided her away from like the Empire. Maybe like he probably could have just been like, yo, I really want to be with you, just me and you by ourselves, and let's run away from this Empire, not worry about this. And she might have done it, because if you look at when they're on, also when they're on the deserted island, she even gives them like different options about like, should we just stay here by ourselves, the two of us, or should we like lay here? It was like two different options in that, and it's just like he avoided both of them. And then like when there's like a flying beast in the air, like instead of, because like Esdeath wanted to cuddle with him, and instead he just says, oh, there's one right there in the air, and like he literally avoids it. It's like, bro, Tatsumi at every moment, because he takes like 4 L's ultimately, and then like the last L he does is like he literally dead ass tells Esdeath that he likes somebody else and that he's in a relationship, and you know who's in a relationship with, a girl that is the worst one of all of Night Raid, that he should have not even chose, in my opinion. But it's really funny, like when you like analyze some of the stuff that's said in here. Like I said, I do think he could have actually ran away with her, because there's stuff, like I said, that last chapter where she said she wanted his attention, because he doesn't show her attention at all. He just runs away and runs away and runs away, because like each time he runs from it. And it's just like, it's funny that he said he was going to persuade her, and it's like, bro, you did not persuade her at all you did was ask a million questions instead of knowing what she wanted. She literally came out ready that first time, and she's came out ready each time, ready, and he literally runs from it. He was scared. Like Tatsumi was scared for his life. Instead he goes with a girl that he should not have been with, in my opinion. But yes, this is like one of the biggest L's like ever, because honestly, he could have, like, the story could have changed so much if he actually laid it down, or if he actually just, let's say they got in a relationship together, he could have said, let's get married too. And I feel like that could have changed some of the stuff, especially like from her. He could have technically took her out the war, kind of not, but at the same time, you know, Esdeath loves the fight and all that. But like I said, she's never been in love, and you don't know what Esdeath could have been like if she was like actually in love, and like Tatsumi was actually showing her attention, was in love, putting it down on her multiple times. That, like I said, those few things could have changed their mindset. But at the same time, you know, most of the time that does, being in love kind of does change how you are, but putting it down, I don't know. It would have been interesting. It was like, it's a very interesting thing to think of, like if he actually didn't take this L and he actually didn't fumble the bag and he actually went through with it, like how much it could have changed the story. Because like it is like, it's interesting to think like if they would have ran away together or something like that. Because like I said, she was looking at it as like in heat. Imagine like they have a baby, something like that. It's just like it's like I said, it's a very interesting concept when you just look at it, especially the manga and the anime. Because like in the anime it's different, because the anime she gets what she wants, where she dies with Tatsumi, where in this one she just dies, never got his attention at all. The few times they've seen each other, Tatsumi's, I mean, they've told each other a little bit about themselves, but it was more as of just spilling stuff about her past and like him learning stuff, not really Tatsumi really saying that much. So it is a very interesting concept. Like I said, it is funny. Tatsumi fumbled the bag so crazy. Like he's very dumb for doing that. It makes no sense at all. In the anime and the manga, he's very dumb, but in the manga, there's more stuff than what the anime showed that shows him like taking an L even worse. But I mean, they're basically about the same with the L's, but it's just very interesting because I do like the manga ending where she just says like right there, I never got your attention, mainly because like that just shows, it's like, imagine if Tatsumi showed her attention, like how could this story been so different? But yeah, this is the biggest L in my opinion of all the anime when it comes to like stuff that's not fighting related, because this is a big ass L, because Tatsumi could have probably changed the war if he just put it down, but instead he didn't put it down, and stuff that happened. Because I think some stuff, like I said, I think there's little things that could have changed. Because like I said, you did have the Jaegers or the Jaegers, I forgot exactly how they're called in the Akame Kill, whatever. But yes, you did have them. I feel like she could have took a vacation, like they could have got married. Like there's little things, like they could have got married, ran away. He could have led her astray, like lying like for certain things. Like he could have said that he heard that Night Raid was going to be here and lied to her that she would go places and that Night Raid could go somewhere else. Yeah, there's stuff like that. There's little things like that. But the runaway one, it's kind of like, because Esdeath was a killer that loved to kill. But at the same time, like we said, we never saw her like fully in love, because Tatsumi was always running away from her. But if he actually just developed a relationship with her, I wonder like exactly, even though she was more trying to see him as like a pet, trying to own him, but at the same time, we don't know, because Tatsumi never showed like any affection for her at all, and it was kind of stupid. But yeah, Tatsumi took a big ass L. I'll probably be done talking about Akame kill, because I was thinking about this the other day, because like I saw something like on TikTok when they're talking about some of the biggest fumbles of all time, and I was like, you know what, let me look into this fumble and see how big it actually was. And yes, it is pretty big, because he fumbles like so crazy. Like this man Tatsumi needs to be stopped. I don't know what's wrong with him. Tatsumi was so stupid in this moment. I'm really mad. I totally forgot that he said he was going to persuade her, and then he proceeds to ask a million fucking questions to avoid laying it down when she was literally there wide open ready for him, and he wanted to avoid everything. It's a shame. This man was running away. This man was fearing from his life. This man was scared to get some crazy. But yeah, let me know how you feel about this L. Let me know how you always felt about like Tatsumi's L. Let me know if you think it's not really that big of a deal. Let me know if you think it's a big deal. Let me know if you've read the manga and how you feel about like the way the manga, especially like with Esdeath. And let me know like how do you feel like when it comes to like, would Esdeath run away? Would Esdeath like actually fall in love with him like more than what she actually was if Tatsumi was showing her attention and affection and all that, because he clearly wasn't. But yeah, let me know anything about Akame in the comments. But yeah, if you're new, why not subscribe? If you enjoy, why not subscribe? If you liked the video, like. If you didn't, you can dislike, subscribe if you really enjoyed. And yeah, hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.